Dan sê ons het vandag vir John Anthony Boerma hier in die ateljee en hy gaan met ons gesels oor die innibos kunstefees wat natuurlik opkom later van die jaar en meer spesifiek die kunsuitstallings. John, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. We're getting ready for the countdown.
Yes, well, what are we counting down? Want to gaan ons heen?
Well, one of the most important exhibitions that we have this year, die Sondagaand voordat innibos afskiet, that'll be the National Craft Competition, the National Craft Award, and it's going into its third year this year.
Wow.
And we're very excited about that because it brings about crafters from around the country that come together and bring their works together that we exhibit at the Nelspruit Civic Centre on the 23rd of June. And the award is given that evening. There are 3 awards that we award. The one is a handsome award of 50,000 rand.
Sure.
The second one 25,000 and the third one 15,000. So it's quite something that we look forward to every year.
Okay, yes. What type of arts are you looking for? When can I send my art in? Must I be an established artist? Was it going to fall into a category?
We like to think of the craft competition as somebody who is creative, and what we're specifically looking for is excellence in skill. So if you are skilled in any craft form, that could be mosaic, embroidery, ceramics, wood carving, jewelry making, any craft that you would find would be suitable for this arena. We look for excellence in skill, we look for originality, that as well, because many craft skills are there, but it just depends entirely on what kind of originality you're going to bring to the table this year. So every year we have very interesting pieces that come on board. But to answer your question, any form of craft is paper mache, anything that the crafter would want to bring forward.
What stands out for you? You've mentioned earlier that you look at so many different criteria, but for you as one of the judges, what is the one thing or 2 things that really makes the difference for you?
I think the most important, and also I'm not a judge, I'm just the curator. We've got a great team of judges this year. It's taken quite some time to put the team together, but what we've tried to do this year is to try and get as many people in as many different genres as possible, so that everybody gets a fair judging, put it that way, on their work. But what they look for, and what myself as a curator gets excited about, is looking at using craft materials that are time immemorial, like mosaic or wood carving or ceramics, and then looking at the originality that one puts that skill to. So for example, one of our entries is a beautiful angel made out of a wooden chair, an old wooden chair, so one would almost call it a recycled piece as well. With ceramics added to that, a beautiful piece. We're also looking at pieces that are commercially viable, and I think that's something that's becoming stronger and stronger now, to make people realize that craft is in fact something that is commercially viable, and
you
that
can
is a
sell
job
it.
creation, and that you can sell it. So not only the originality, we're not only looking at a one-of-a-kind piece that would be sold for so much money in a gallery, but also pieces that could be reproduced and sold. One of our judges, for example, is Maureen Waldeck from Tourvest Retail Destination, and she's the buyer for all the craft shops in the Kruger National Park, as well as the airport shop at Oliver Tambo. And what is exciting about Maureen is that they look for those particular kind of pieces that could be placed into a shop like that. Hopefully, every year we wish that we would sell everything because it just makes it
So it is
logistically
for
much
sale.
easier. Yes, everything's for sale.
Okay.
And usually what we do is those works that have not been sold, we send back to the craft.
Yeah. There's of course a deadline soon coming up for when you can still send in your craft work. When is that?
That'll be the 12th of April.
I need to start working.
You need to start working. That happens. That's Friday next week, I believe. What needs to happen is if you're a crafter and you want to enter the competition, you send a detailed photograph. When I say a detailed photograph, a photograph that can be well seen, to the following numbers: 071 621 3597. That's a WhatsApp number, so it's free of charge. And we will receive that image, and by the end of April, pardon me, we will send you a note saying that your work has either been selected or not been selected. Usually myself as a curator will select approximately 60 to 70 works that will then be judged. So those 70 works will come through to Nelspruit, and we will then form the catalogue. We have to develop a catalogue for that as well. There'll be both an online catalogue as well as a paper catalogue. And then what will happen is we exhibit the works, and as I mentioned, those works that are not sold will then be sent back.
Okay, will the public be part of the decision-making process? Will you be able to vote as public as well or not?
Not yet, but I think we'd like to get there.
Okay.
We'd like to get there. It's quite an involved process to do that, but I would like the competition to eventually get to a point where the public does have a say.
John, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Interesting,
Thanks,
thank you.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, Etienne.